action.
Level 4.
It's like a video game. Now, a lot of people, when they take these to shows, they just leave each of these little cubbies bolted together. They unbolt it from the back and the sides, because that thing is kind of unwieldy, and they bring those parts in separately. But these little cubbies, the little acrylic parts, a lot of people just load the animals directly up into these and then just transport the whole thing with the animals in it. Then they're not setting up and bringing extra containers to keep the animals in. They're just set up right in the display itself. Saves you a little bit of a hassle. It's just unbelievable how quick this thing goes together too, isn't it? Just mind-boggling.
What level is that you're working on right now?
That's the bottom level. Or level. Sound effects?
Level 5. The final level.
Okay. Now this is the door. And each one of these sections has 2 doors on it, and each door covers, in this particular case, because there are dividers in all of these, covers 3 compartments. So we've got one door here, and another door here. So you've got 2 doors that cover up this entire section. Many of you have seen these at shows, likely. This is my own design. I made the first ones 4 years ago. Bob Clark and Mike Wilbanks bought the first set in Chicago, and they've been all over the country and all over the world with them ever since. And so at any rate, when you see a display like this at a show, this is our design, and most of them we actually built, although there were a couple people that made some like this. But I don't think anybody offers them for sale, but we will be adding them to our website here shortly. They're not on there just yet. Or actually, they may be on there by the time you happen to see this instructional video. This shows how each one of these doors pop in. Look at that. Bada boom, bada bang. This is the 5-high setup. A lot of you people, if you're not real tall people, might prefer to use this or just use a 4-high unit. We're also going to offer a 4-high setup. The width is basically the same, but it just has 1 level less as far as the height. At any rate, I'm going to show you in a second a little bit how each compartment works and the versatility that you have with this particular setup. Okay, now this is how the door comes out. Basically, there's a key, of course. So these are all keyed, locked, and nobody can get these out of here and take off with some of your animals. Some of the other displays you see are really not lockable, or not easily lockable, or there's something that somebody can pick up and take away very easily. Well, this whole unit, obviously, someone can't just come to the show and take off with it. So you have to use a key to open it, and the door just slides out of a little slot that is in the front here. It slides right into in the front, and then turn it, and that cam locks into a little slot. So the door comes out. I just set it right on here, and you'll see the same thing with other people that have this display already. Each one of these it's basically 6 little cubbies wide, but these 3 cubbies have removable dividers in the center. So you can actually make this one very large compartment, or you can have one small compartment here and a larger compartment here, or you can use it with all 3 individual compartments. This is how I typically use it, because I'm typically showing babies. But that basically shows you the versatility and how you can use each of these spaces, or you can use a double wide space or a triple wide space, depending on the size animal that you're showing and you need to display in your rack. And all of these keys are key to lock alike, so you're not going to have to keep track of all these locks. It's going to be the same lock.
Action.
Alrighty then. Now, when I set these up at a show, one of the problems you have at a show, if you're selling boas, is boas look a lot better when they're warm than they do when they're cool. So what I did, basically I would bring either 2 of these or 4 of these long. I would set up a piece of the 11-inch flex watt under the rack itself, that is right on the table, and set up a thermostat underneath there. Double thermostat is what I use, because you want the safety, because a lot of times you're going to leave this set up overnight while you're waiting for the next day's shows, and that's in particular the best time to get the animals nice and warm. But I would set it up right in there and put the flex watt right across on the bottom on the floor, or on the table rather, and then it will heat the entire space underneath. And I put the probes in there, the 2 probes in there, and I'd set it for about 84 degrees, and that'll make all these guys nice and roasty toasty, and they'll all look really good the next show, or the next day, when you're going to be doing your show the following morning. So that's just one tip that I'd give you. And other than that, we hope you enjoy your racks. And oh, by the way, this particular setup is going to David Lee. So David Lee, it's coming soon. That's all.